Welcome to the Argue Your Point podcast. Here are your hosts, Jeff, Mitri, and Mason Mitri.
That's right. Here we go.
18.
Episode 18 coming at you. Just want to say right off the bat that a lot of people are getting a lot of support from this podcast. A lot of people listening. Downloads are popping off, and it's very encouraging. Like to see it. And let's keep this momentum going.
Yeah.
So what do we got, Mason? You're producing today, and let's get going.
So we're gonna start off with our weekly essential question. I think these get more fun by the week here.
Okay.
But this one is: should the NFL acquire the XFL?
What are you looking for? This right here?
Yeah. Okay. But should the NFL acquire the XFL? The pros. Develop. It would be a good development. Because the guys in the practice squad, they don't really get much, the public doesn't know about them. Okay?
Yep.
But if you're in the XFL game and you'll be making plays, then the whole world will know who you are.
Yeah, more exposure for them, or give those guys a platform. The guys in the practice squad, they make $56,000 a year, I believe. So, and the potential to make a lot more, even if it's a single game call up, they can make a lot more. But having a whole league supporting the NFL be awesome, especially if it could be like, the NHL, and you need a guy that just needs a little more development, a little more maturation.
Actually, it's way more than that. For a rookie / non-veteran, you get $13,000 a week. But for veteran, which is 2+ years, you get $22,000 to $17.50 a week. So you could be.
Okay.
So if you're on the practice squad for a whole season, you stay there, you can make $234,000.
Okay, yeah.
It's a lot of money.
A lot more than what I said, $56,000. I don't know where I came up with that, but yeah, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm. But also,
is it financially feasible?
But I was actually watching a game. It was pretty good.
Between who was
playing?
It
was the Stallions and the Aviators, I think. Stallions were one. I saw the quarterback Talia Tagovailoa.
Oh, he's playing in there?
Yeah.
Talia?
It was a good game, but I noticed at the end of the game, this is something I noticed. At the game, it showed the 4 straight game. Then the one game was on NFL Network. So it's already rooted.
Well, they probably have some sort of.
But it's already rooted the NFL. So there'll be more deals, more tickets, more fan games.
Right.
And the NFL, when they test rules in the actual NFL, people don't like it. But if you're checking it out in XFL,
first.
It's not going to be like super high risk.
Yep. Tons of rules. The sky camera that you see in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's from the XFL.
They also have a camera in the players' helmets.
Yep.
XFL. And, why are we calling it XFL? It's the UFL.
What's that?
This is the UFL. Talk about XFL. The UFL.
What are you talking about?
It's not called XFL. It's called the UFL.
I thought we were talking about the XFL.
No, that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, well, okay.
UFL is what we're talking about.
So you posed the question wrong. Should the NFL acquire the UFL?
Yeah.
Not the XFL.
But you want to go over the cons?
Because you're right. The XFL isn't a thing anymore. What's that?
You want to go over the cons?
The cons of acquiring the UFL? Diluted talent pool, I would say. I don't know. I'm kind of all for it. Let's see, spreading players across 2 leagues could lower overall quality of play, especially if top talent is split or overused. I guess so. Let's see, injury for risk. More games means higher injury risk, but it wouldn't be more games for the players, which could impact NFL teams relying on those same players. Well, okay, so you're saying, yeah, I mean, instead of getting them fresh from college, they play
like the AHL or the MLB.
But it wouldn't apply to every player.
Yeah,
you know
a lot
of
players like Fernando Mendoza. He's not going to go in. But I'm talking like, make third, maybe not third round, like 4th, 5th, 6th rounders.
Right.
Guys who don't know, like they've just been stirring the NFL. They want to learn. That's why.
Yeah, why not?
A lot of teams benched quarterbacks, like they benched Josh Allen a for a half till he won the game. They benched Justin Herbert.
In college, you mean?
No, I'm talking about NFL. A lot of quarterbacks. Joe Burrow, I think, no, he actually played. Patrick Mahomes
Josh
played.
Allen didn't get benched. You mean he didn't start?
He didn't start, and then he came in.
Yeah,
These guys
right. Yeah,
weren't the day one starter. They all weren't day one starter. Until they came in, they learned. They got the game up. So then the team could know that he would be the starting quarterback and play.
Right, and then there are day one starters that have worked out and also have not worked out. Like Bryce Young didn't. He was a day one starter. Didn't exactly work out.
No, they're in the playoffs. They were in the playoffs.
Yeah, it took a couple of years, and now last year was I think his third year, and it was much more promising. And then in Houston,
C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud. He was also a day one starter,
but he had a much better rookie year. But then he kind of got worse and worse.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
Still, but he's still a starter. He's still a starter.
He's
still a
starting.
There's no
he's
question.
Actually in trade talks. He was in trade talks at the beginning, but now I think he's worked his way out of there.
Yeah, trade talk, really? Wow.
Yeah, but so here's the thing. I'm looking at the rules here. There are a lot of rules you can see from NFL. So, red zone penalties. UFL will reinstate the rule of half distance to the goal for penalties committed in the red zone, which reverts back to current NFL rules. They also have NCAA rules. You need 1 foot in bounds. They also they eliminated the tush push. They have some cool ones, no punting inside the 50-yard line. But they also have 4-point field goals along 60, which I'm very unopposed for that. I don't like how kickers have so much power. One kicker can put tons of points. It shouldn't be like that. But
what do you mean? Say it. What do you mean?
I'm saying that a kicker has a lot of power. You kick the ball 60 yards. You get tons of points. Teams could go down the field and get 4 first downs.
Oh, the UFL?
No, I'm just talking about kickers in general. I'm saying that you can get down the field. You could have 4 first rounds, and then you're already in field goal range. You already have 3 points.
Especially the way the kickers have been kicking last year. If that trend continues, we'll be seeing 70-foot kickers. They use different K balls. The K balls go farther than regular balls.
Yeah. Maybe they do what golf did. They have player balls and the normal ones.
I don't understand why don't they just use the same ball that they do everything else with.
Probably got some more money. But final verdict here. What do you think? Should the National Football League acquire the United Football League?
Oh, I think if it was financially feasible, if they could, if this what do you call it? Not farm team. Minor league, if it can become a true minor league for the NFL, everyone would like that. The players, the coaches, the owners.
They have 8 teams right now.
Like Pagula, he owns the Sabres and he owns the Rochester Americans. He owns both teams. So yeah, they would do that if they can make money off it. But if it's obviously going to lose money, like all of those have, like XFL, another UFL before this one. There's been a lot of attempts at this minor league type of system, and they just can't figure out how to, make money on it. I guess one of it does dilute, not necessarily dilute the talent pool, but if it's too much football, then the NFL product could get diluted. If it's just always
football. It's spring. It's not
right. That's another season of NFL type football if this was the minor league. So you do run into that risk. And they're already pushing the envelope on football games being,
18.
Another game and more days of the week. And they're on Prime and Peacock and Netflix. And they're going to different countries. So this is definitely something I think they've thought about and even attempted at in the past. So if it was, if there was, like I said, if there's money to be made, they would do it. But you don't want to dilute the star of the show, the NFL.
What's the final verdict? Okay, we're going off track.
Should they do it? Final verdict for me, I'm a no.
Okay, but so I know here there are 8 teams: the Birmingham Stallions, Columbus Aviators, Dallas Renegades, DC Defenders, Houston Gamblers, Louisville Kings, Orlando Storm, and St. Louis Battlehawks. 8 teams. I think it's good because I think some leagues past leagues they probably expanded too fast. They go to a lot of teams too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, the XFL and USFL only had 4 teams, so it's pretty boring.
Do you know any other notable players that play for the UFL, like Tagovailoa from Maryland?
Matt Castle, or not?
Matt Castle. Matt Leinart? No, not Matt Leinart.
John Ross, Matt Corral, Denzel Mims, DeAndre Baker, AJ McCarron. Denzel Mims, he was the
AJ McCarron?
Yeah.
Okay.
DeAndre Baker, Taco Charlton.
John Ross. KJ Hamler, Greg Ward's a lot of quarterbacks. KJ Hamler?
A lot of quarterbacks. But, so let's.
Should we go to our next?
I think I'm going to do my final verdict here. I think it would be cool to see a farm team. Maybe not every team is a farm team, but it could be like practice squad. People can or teams can take players from other team practice squad. I think I could be like, oh, this guy's good. Take it from this team.
Be more guys to grab.
Yeah, I think it'd be cooler. So now we're going to start on to the Masters. Ready?
Well, it's good we disagreed on that because this is argue point after all, where every point should be argued.
Every point is argued and will be argued.
Yes.
Can and will.
Where are we at next? We doing the Masters?
Yep.
Yeah, the Masters was fun. I watched a lot of it. The sound, the birds. We put on both TVs.
Tradition like no other.
Back room, to get that full effect, and then we did multi-view to blow our minds even more. No, but it was fun. Rory, man, he had a tournament. He went out and got a huge lead. He talked about how he considers, after winning the Masters, he considers the Masters, Augusta, like his home course. He gets on his jet. He flies there. He plays a whole round and gets home by 4:00 because, he lives in Florida and he's got a jet and he's a former champion. So we got other guys like Chris Cotter up who, Justin Rose. Justin Rose is a major winner. He also lives in Florida. I don't know if he owns a jet. He might, but
it's all golf players. They're all.
Well, he's a major
champions.
Winner.
If you won
if you win a major, you could probably afford a jet.
If you won any sort of tournament over your career, maybe if you won a signature or 2 normal events.
I think major. If you win a major.
No, I think it's if you have 2 signature events or 1 major, then you got a jet. But if you only have 1 career win, then you don't have one. I don't think so. I think you just fly commercial.
Well, even Morikawa won the Masters, and during COVID and the whole live thing, he was flying commercial. So to each their own. But anyways, Rory's got a jet. He uses it all the time, and he goes to Masters all the time. So he goes to Augusta all the time. So he was uber prepared to defend his title. Uber prepared.
But
and it showed. Obviously he learned from past experiences. He talked about, not playing to protect, still going for birdies, still playing your game. And there's a lot of similarities of the final round of 25 and 26 in terms of, he started with a 2-stroke lead. After the first hole, he lost the lead. And at one point, Justin Rose is leading by 2. Rory was trailing by 2 and then leading by 2. And then, then you just, you just let the closer close it out, at some point. And, it was pretty cool. It was fun. The weather was great. So there was a lot of good golf to watch, I had $5 on Justin Rose, and at one point I could have cashed out for 55, but I didn't because I believed in him. But wasn't his time.
Okay, let's
Too bad for
stay
him.
on track.
He's my age too. I pull for guys that are
Stay on
46.
Come on. Let's,
All right. Where are we at next?
well, still stay on the Masters, but we should talk about. I'm pulling up a
Some other
leaderboard
guys?
here.
Spieth, Ludvig. What about that Chinese guy Lee? I can't think of his first name. His last name was
You know
Lee.
the purse for the Augusta? You know what the purse was?
The whole purse, I'll say 15 million.
22.5.
Okay.
But looking at there's a lot. So Scheffler got second place. He has.
You got T2. Yep.
Yep. Then it was Henley,
Too little, too late.
Cameron Young, Hatton, Rose. Rose got third, actually tied third.
Can you imagine Scheffler? He had the final 2 rounds, Saturday and Sunday, 0 bogeys at Augusta.
Oh yeah, it's like a record actually.
Well, it's the first time since like 1940 something. Yeah, it was pretty insane.
Yeah, but
that's Scheffler for you. He's insane. He can just turn it on like no other, and if he just plays okay putting, he can.
He can win all. He can be.
And if one of his biggest problems is slow starts. You know, he turns it on at the end like, oh, here I come. But if he just had a little a better start than what he does. Go ahead, you're muted. It's all right. People cough in life.
Pause yourself there. You even pause me. But
Cam Young, impressive, very very impressive. He's turning it on. He's contender. He didn't close this one out. He won the Players, this year. So he can close big tournaments out. Players is not a major, but so majors are on a different level. And he spent most of his career being known as the runner-up to so many tournaments until he got that monkey off his back last year, and then Players, like I said, this year, and then seriously contending for the Masters this year. He's got a great swing. I love how he on the top of his backswing he pauses a little bit, and it just goes to show.
Who are we talking about?
Cam Young. It just goes to show that you don't need a fast backswing to gain power. A lot of people, sometimes you just think that you just whack like Matt Fitzpatrick. He's got a wicked backswing. I don't know why he does it like that, but it works for him. And different things work for different people. But I like Cam Young's swing. It's pretty smooth. Okay, when you got that pause, it's like I think I could try that. Maybe I can model my game after Cam Young. We'll see. All right, what are we on next?
We're talking about Sabres versus the Sabres
on a warpath.
Boston.
Oh yeah, Sabres Boston. Can't wait. We got the final game 82 tonight against
Dallas.
Yes.
They already locked in a spot that we could probably rest everyone.
And they're locked.
They shouldn't, because all the fancy managers out there gotta get their points. Gotta get their points somehow. I had to drop Kirill Kaprizov and the other guy from the Minnesota Wild because they're both rested.
Oh, yeah.
Then the season. Like my best players, though. Almost for a second I couldn't cut them because they said can't cut because they can't cut your best players because
what are you supposed to do though if they're not even playing?
Yeah, but eventually they let me cut them. And Gosh Matthews took them an hour, then let me cut.
Oh, there was. Speaking of Austin Matthews, there was an article in the Athletic today about the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maybe you can look it up. I don't have the details about it. Mason, can you look it up real quick?
What am I looking up?
Toronto Maple Leafs article, Athletic. And it was talking about the organization cutting corners on a lot of different things, like traveling on a bus instead of a plane to save money, and charging them 35% instead of 30% for something. I'm not sure. Maybe you can look that up. But anyways, not very fun to be a Toronto Maple Leafs fan right now.
We're going through the process.
Yeah, they won the division last year, and the Sabres won the division this
Sabres
year.
on a warpath.
Crazy. The Bills lost the division this year, and or didn't win it for the first time in 6 years, and it's just an insane season. So much fun. I thought that when the Sabres get to the playoffs, it's going to be a wild card position, and then I always would say, and I still say, hey, once you get in, then who knows? Just let it ride. You're playing with house money, get in the playoffs. But the way they're entering the season, the way this season has unfolded, the expectations change. And bottom line, I think all fans are just looking for an exciting playoff round between Boston. Hopefully we win. And I know the energy is going to be electric in
Sabres are actually 1-2-1 against Boston.
Really?
This year.
That's all right. Who cares?
I can actually look up the all-time record.
1-2-1. When was the last time we played them? So, I don't know, 1-2-1.
We are 25. So 25 and 20. Us at 20. They're
All-time.
25 all-time playoff.
Oh, playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it says right here, I'd say Maple Leafs went to increasing lengths to monetize the team, including offering $956 price tag for young fans to wave a flag before home games.
Wait, what? No, tell me, what was $956,000?
Price tag for young fans to wave a flag before home games.
How is that the price tag to pay the
I'm not going to
fans?
say that anymore.
I don't
already
get it,
said
though. Do you understand it?
Yes, I do.
How? What makes sense of it?
$956 to wave a flag before home games. So it says.
What kind of flag? A $10,000 flag?
No. Why would it be a $10,000 flag?
Well, what are we talking about here?
The Toronto Maple Leafs. Cutting corners, what you just said.
Oh, okay, tell me again. What did you say? I thought you were talking about Boston.
No. At the same time, Maple Leafs went from increasing lengths to monetize the team, including offering a $956 price tag for young fans to wave a flag before home games.
I'm still confused what
No,
they
okay, we're
did,
done.
though. No, I want to know.
No.
No,
I said it 3 times.
I want to understand what you're talking about. So
This is
explain more. You
the team
don't just
cutting
repeat
corners.
what you said.
This is
Explain more what you were talking about.
nothing else to explain. I don't know what to explain. That was the entire paragraph.
Well, okay, that was okay. Say it again.
At the same time, Maple Leafs went from increasing lengths to monetize the team, including offering a $956 price tag for young fans to wave a flag before home games, among other experiences up for sale as part of the new fan access program.
Oh, okay. So you didn't finish the sentence. So it was $956 to wave a flag
Yes.
at home games? Okay. So they charged that for a lucky fan to do that. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
All right. I get you now. See, I just needed more context of what you're talking about. Plus, I thought you were talking about Boston. I get it now. All right. What else did they do to cut corners?
I said the AHL team went from the Toronto Marlies after years flying to drivable destinations, finally taking the bus to more games.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Staff cuts and trip cancellation came amid other changes. Covering everything. Let's see. So it says covering team gear at Real Sports Apparel to meals at Real Sports Bar and Grill were cut from 50% to 30%.
So they used to cover half of it. Then they're like, no, you're gonna have to pay 70%.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about
Nickel and
this isn't
diamond.
even.
Yeah, we got off track, but that's crazy. Those are crazy stories.
Now we're talking about the Bills.
Well, hold on. We didn't hear your
No.
take on the Sabres and Bruins and how you think that this matchup is going to go. And
I think 3-1 or 4-1.
elaborate.
I don't need to elaborate. That's all I need
Well,
to say.
so okay,
They're a
then.
good hockey team. That's it.
Well, okay. I'll take it a step further.
No.
They're one of the slowest teams in the league,
Who?
and we're the Boston Bruins. Sabres are one of the fastest teams in the league. You know, they've got a couple good lines, but that's it. I think we are going to whip them. What they're going to try to do, they're going to try to slow us down. Okay, they're going to try to play a really slow, dragged out game, and we're not going to have it because what's going to happen is when the puck drops at KeyBank Center in downtown Buffalo, there's going to be so much energy that the team is going to feed off of. They're going to be whipping around so fast. They're going to be scoring goals on the rush, and we've got one of the top power plays in the league, and I think that's going to get even better in the playoffs. So the goaltending is always going to be a factor. They've got good goaltending, opposed to Ottawa, which we were possibly looking at, that doesn't have good goaltending. But I think the end of the day, the end of the series, it's going to come down to our speed and our transition game, and I don't think they will be able to keep up. And I think head to head, talent to talent, we're the better talented team. When you go down, like line by line, we're a much more talented team. So I don't know, 4-1. I don't know what my prediction is. Will there be another podcast before? Yeah, because it's not this Saturday; it'll be next Saturday. So yeah, I'll make my prediction next week. I definitely think we're winning the first game. I think we're winning the first two.
Okay, but good take there.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna talk about the NFL draft.
Okay.
Just quickly read off. This will be a quick little segment. But we got 26, 191, 126, 165, 168, 182, and 220.
Okay.
Those are all of our picks. Now, here's what I would do right now. If I was GM Brandon Bean, I would trade 168 because we already have 165, both fifth-round picks, and 182 and 126 to try to get either a third or maybe a second. So you're trading a fifth, a sixth, a fourth for possibly a third.
Wait, a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth?
Yeah, or maybe a third.
For a third?
Yeah. I'd say we trade those picks because...
To get a third?
Yes. So we can get another third. Maybe this year or next year, whichever one will cost us or be better.
Well, next year, so what would you trade out of this year's first round to get a first round pick for next year, a better one?
What do you mean? Like trade this? Well, they can't. It's not
trade this one for like a first and
it's gonna
second
be-
for next year. Next year's gonna be way better of a draft.
Well, we don't know that yet. Well,
Yeah,
we don't know
we
what
do.
pick we're gonna get because we could trade with Atlanta, who had a top 10 pick, and then they could be the best team in the NFL. It's just a really gamble for that.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I mean, you
I
can
would
get
just stay in
protections
this
on
year.
them.
I would stay in this year's draft. This has a lot of good players: wide receiver, edge.
Not as good as next year.
Yeah.
But the problem with waiting till next year is we're in a win now.
Yeah.
We're not in a rebuild and have the luxury of, having
Waiting.
Josh Allen on a rookie contract where we can wait. So even though I do think, that everyone, pretty much everyone who follows the draft agrees that next year is going to be much better class of not only quarterbacks, but I guess all positions. I guess a lot of it has to do with,
Maybe not wide receiver.
college players playing like an extra year.
I don't
and
think it's
holding
wide
off.
receiver. I think wide receiver this year is going to be a lot better. Makai Lemon, Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate. Edge is a lot of good guys too, but right now,
Okay.
I think, so who would you pick in number 26?
Who did I have to remind myself who I picked the last time we did this. Concepcione? Casey Concepcione? Edge, Cassius Howell, I think, actually. I had Cassius Howell.
Cassius Howell.
Yeah.
Edge, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I would actually, right now, This is if we don't trade for wide receiver. Like, we don't trade for, like, anyone else. I think we could...
Okay.
I think we could take Jordan Tyson if he falls. But if he doesn't fall, then we take Conception.
You want a wide receiver?
I think, actually... I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good guys here. You got Malachi Loris. You got Avian Terrell.
It's okay. It's okay if you want a wide receiver. I'm not trying to talk you out of it.
I'm saying I think it's either a wide receiver or wide receiver, edge, or linebacker. That's like the 3 positions that I think we need. There's like a couple positions that we need.
What about DJ Moore? Do we really need a wide receiver?
DJ Moore isn't going to be like solve our problems. We also need someone else to lean on too.
Yeah.
But we have to. Here's what I think about it. We can either keep this pick and draft someone, or we can trade it. We got to think about it as, if we take this pick, are we sure there's going to be someone who absolutely will fall to us and be as good as the guy we could trade for?
What if we trade Ken Coleman for a 3rd-round pick?
He's not worth a 3rd-round pick.
You know what? A little $5 bet about Ken Coleman?
Yeah.
I think the odds went tilted a little bit in my favor recently when Brandon Bean said something like, I think we hope that his maturity is getting to a level that we would like, kind of.
No, that's for me.
Something
so
like that.
I don't think that he's a 6th or 7th round pick.
Oh, okay.
I heard online, there's this guy who I don't know who it is, but he's working with Ken Coleman.
Oh yeah, like a wide receiver coach.
Yeah, no, like an actual like mentor.
Oh, okay. A sports psychologist in a way. Something like that.
Stevie Johnson.
Oh, Stevie Johnson from Buffalo?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
He's
mentor
him to make sure he's...
He loves Buffalo. I think he lives in Buffalo.
Yeah, well...
Maybe he comes here... I don't know. I think he might live in Buffalo. I'm not sure. He doesn't come on the radio show too much, but he does for that 5K that we ran there. He was there, and then I heard him on One Bills Live a few times.
It said former Bills wide receiver Stevie Johnson has been mentoring Ken Coleman this offseason in high hopes for year 3. So it looks like he's going to stay here. So I'm happy with that.
That is good news. That tilts things in your favor. I like Stevie Johnson, and so that's good news for, I don't know, for his development and possibly becoming the player that we all hope him to be. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he had. I think Ken Coleman could be great. I don't think he could be like just Jefferson Jamar. I think he could be like Jalen Waddle. I think he could be a good wide receiver in the NFL. If he gets the right mentorship and leadership, he could be great. But if you just tell him to go play, he could just not, Well,
he can goof off.
So we're going to move on here. We're going to have a fun game.
Okay.
Accept or decline. We're going to both do that. So I'll say it once.
It sounds a lot like definitely not.
Oh, it's definitely not that. So here's what we're going to do. I'll say the first one, and then you say yes. Well, then you'll say it back to me, and I'll just say. So we'll both be able to answer it.
Sounds fun.
Okay, number 1. Trade number 1. The Bills receive Marvin Harrison Jr. The Cardinals receive 26, first round pick, number 26. 2027 third round pick, 91. And wide receiver, Keon Coleman.
That was the wrong button, I'm sorry.
And wide receiver, Keon Coleman.
Wait, hold on. Let me look this through. Hold on. Cardinals get this year's 26. A 27 third round. And Ken Coleman, yes, I would do that. Yeah, because Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't know, look at his stats, but he's pretty productive. He's still young. And he's less of a gamble than what you'll get at 26 when it's a bigger gamble. So I would do that in a heartbeat. So, yeah.
Yes. Say yes?
Yep.
I also agree with that because Marvin Harrison Jr. has been not good, okay, in Arizona. But he had Jacoby Brissett.
Can you go over some of his stats, please?
Can I just say this first?
Yes.
He was not very good in Arizona, but he had Jacoby Brissett, Kyler Murray throwing a ball. The team team that was basically tanking. They weren't trying to win games. I think he
kind
also
of.
had injury. He had some concerns. He also got sued by Fanatics, so he had a rough career. I think a change of scenery for him would be good. I think this trade would work out. I would say yes, but maybe not a 3rd round pick. I would try to see if we could just trade a 4th, because that 3rd would be. We don't want to have like nothing. Because we still want to have some. I mean, unless they're going like all in. But I would say yes under conditions where we get rid of the 3rd.
All right.
Or just get rid of Cam Coleman and put in like a 6th.
Okay, so can you look up Marvin Harrison's stats and who is going to be quarterbacking Arizona this year?
Jacoby Brissett. He's a starter.
Are they going to draft a quarterback?
I mean,
they
maybe.
already named him the starter.
Yeah. So in his career,
they're going to draft a quarterback
season,
next year.
I don't know. This season, he has 608 yards, 4 touchdowns. In his career, 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns. 4th overall pick.
Wait, last year how many yards did he get?
608.
Really?
Yeah.
And then how much the year before?
I don't know.
I don't know. 600 yards for second. Is he his second year?
Or
maybe he's
drafted in 2024, the second year.
Okay.
But in 2024, he had 885 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Okay, so maybe did he have an injury or something?
He might have.
Injury or something. He's got a lot of upside. I don't think he's like a Keon Coleman situation by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, I would take.
Hey, you hear about Rory's private jet?
Yeah. What is it called? The
G470ER? I was just joking. You cut me off, though.
All right. All right. What's next? Trade number 2?
Bills receive Dexter Lawrence. Giants receive 2026 first-round pick, 26 and 2027 second-round pick.
And I heard the Giants GM Joe Shane.
He said
an impasse.
You know what he said?
We can't pass this impasse. It's
he said
impassable.
that this is what he actually said. He said that I'm always going to pick up the phone, Jones said. If a team calls, it's my job, general manager. If teams call, you take into account if it's a case-by-case basis and what the compensation may be. It's my job taking into consideration what that looks like.
He's basically saying
that
GM 101. When they call offers, I answer the phone.
Like Gene?
If it makes sense, I'll act. If it doesn't, then I won't.
Basically saying that he's open to trade offers if they're up to his expectations. But I couldn't find the actual one, so I had to find some on Instagram.
But he's not saying, he's telling him what his job is, but also what he's also saying is,
he's open.
He's not. Yeah. He's not saying no. We're gonna work this out. Dexter Lawrence, is a job, and we're having conversations. He could have positioned it differently. What?
So you know how like NFL has a thing where it'll say the team and it'll say the guy, it'll say signing. It's like a kind of a thing they have where it'll show it. It's like
they put on social. Put on their socials.
So I found learned something here. Let me show you it. It's like this. It looks like that. That's what it looks like. It says breaking news, the logo, whatever happens.
And they've been traded or something?
Yeah, there's a ton of people who just fake it.
Yeah.
And then I look online and I find it like 2 minutes later and I realize it's not true.
Oh, but, it'll say like Buffalo or something.
Yeah, it's super like such a right here. Let's see here. Do Patriots trading for AJ Brown? That's not
so go back to the Dexter Lawrence though. This is a trade proposal. Our 26th pick in our 27th second round pick, which is also steep, for pending. Dexter Lawrence.
But all-pro player.
Can you? How many? He's an all-pro.
Yeah. He's right now. He's 28, still in his prime. This season, he had I think he was injured this season. He didn't have 0.5 sacks, but
okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. Giving away first and a second for Dexter Lawrence. That's. Can you mute that? That's
best season. He had 7.5 sacks.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Best season. He had 7.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and he had a lot of tackles.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know. Maybe he is worth it. Dexter Lawrence. I mean, you gotta stack up that defense, and anytime there's an improvement at a position in defense, I'm kind of gonna be all for it.
Our problem is here. Like, is it worth it? Do you think these first and third round pick could be as good as Dexter Lawrence?
Right.
But if it's not as good, then you trade him.
Well, that's first and second, you said.
First and second. You think these picks
that's
could,
tough to
if we drafted
say.
a defensive tackle, you think that the defensive tackle we pick could be as good as Dexter Lawrence? He could be, but he also could have one sack and 2 tackles and tear his ACL.
Tear his ACL or something, yeah.
So for this one, personally, I'd love it. I'll say yes.
Oh, really?
What would you
I
think?
thought you were going to say the opposite.
No. Throw you off there.
I am going to say no to that.
No. That's shocking. Okay. Trade number 3, you want to list this one out?
Yeah, we got A.J. Brown coming in to the wide receiver room.
We also get something else. We also get something else, too.
And we get A.J. Brown and a 27th, 6th round pick. The Eagles receive our first round pick this year, 26th overall, and a 27th, 4th round pick. So we get A.J. Brown in a 6th round for our first and next year's 4th. How much? We'd have to look at his salary though.
Also,
it will put us over the cap.
No.
I think it will.
No, well, if we got Dexter,
But
Lawrence,
we don't have to.
But if we got Dexter Lawrence, it's about $23.4 million. It's about the same as Dexter Lawrence. To do that, we restructure Ed Oliver. That'd be it. Or we could trade him too.
Who, Ed Oliver? Just to make the space? Trade someone?
Ed Oliver. He's probably good.
Cut someone
like
just to make the room?
Be like a 2nd round pick.
We just got to find the lowest guy in the totem pole.
That's crazy.
What?
Learned. Tua, the Dolphins are essentially paying $100 million for Tua to not play for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
That's the dead cap.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Okay, we'll stop.
All right. Shall we move on to the NBA?
Yes, we shall.
Yeah, the New York Knicks having a great season. Even arguably a better regular season than last year when Thibodeau was the head coach and they made that run and
they fired him, got Mike Brown.
They got to the 3rd round last year?
I think they got to the conference semifinals.
The 3rd round because they beat.
Well, that's not conference semifinals. There's conference finals and then the finals.
They were in the 3rd round of the 3rd set of. They beat Boston in the 2nd round. They and I don't know who they had in the 1st round.
So the 2025 playoffs, it was. So we beat the Pistons.
In the 1st round?
The Celtics. And then we lost to the Pacers, and the Pacers.
So that was the 3rd round. Okay.
Lost Game 7, I think.
So yeah, I guess that was the deepest run in a long time, and then they fired their head coach and hired Mike Brown, and a little wishy-washy in the beginning, but then they really turned it on, put on a lot of streaks, winning streaks together, and here we are facing. Is this set then? Game one. Is this all set? We're gonna play Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all set. I mean, New Atlanta.
New York home court advantage.
Actually, have all the teams right
The
there.
Knicks and the Hawks.
To wonder who is who.
The Knicks and the Hawks played 4 times. The New York going 3-1 in that contest. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Brunson, Cat, Mikal Bridges, and I really like Hart. He's sneakily my favorite Knicks player.
Sneakily.
Yeah. But yeah,
I like favorite player. I think I would go someone like. It's a good question, but I think I have to do Jalen Brunson.
Here's the thing, I became a Knicks fan 3 years ago, and a lot of it was picking up the void of the Sabres not being in the playoffs because they run at the same time. Now the Sabres are in the playoffs, so now it's just going to be like double duty. It's gonna be fun. The Knicks playoffs is fun. It's the most exciting NBA basketball, and when you got a team in it that you're rooting for and they're going far, that just makes it much more fun.
Yeah. Also, one note here. I told you this morning about the Bridges trade.
Yeah.
Knicks receive Mikal Bridges in a 2026 second-round pick, so this year. The Nets receive Bogan Bogdanovic, 2025, 27, 29, 23rd round unprotected first-round picks, 2028 unprotected pick swap, 2025 top 4 projected first-rounder with Milwaukee, and a 2025 second, all for the Nets.
Wow.
And then, overpay, but I mean, they're all from Villanova at that time. Brunson, Hart, DiVincenzo, but it's just Brunson, Hart, Bridges, which is a good trio.
Yeah.
See that ad?
Yeah.
That's a cool ad.
Okay, man.
Yeah, we traded
Come hang out with
DiVincenzo.
us.
We traded DiVincenzo for Cat.
Yep.
Someone else too. I like DiVincenzo. He's cool, but Cat.
Yeah, I liked him too. Cat brings a totally. He's better than DiVincenzo.
Cool.
He also brings a totally different personality, and he brings a totally different personality to the game, and that kind of bounces off of Brunson in a way, in a good way, in a competitive way too. So yeah, I like that dynamic there. All right, we're running towards the end of the podcast, and looks like we have enough time to do our predictions for the RBC Heritage. Which, if we look, I think you did pick Rory to win the Masters, Mason.
I'll look at it next time.
Yeah, I think you might be.
I have the first overall pick.
Where's the pick? What about the last one? Yeah, it should
we'll
be.
Look at it later.
Just look at it right now.
I can
real
look at it
quick.
right now.
It's right
So
behind
I
you.
have the number 1 overall pick. I am on the clock. Can you put like a little TikTok? We have one. Last week we didn't actually do a prediction, I don't think.
I just put on loop now too.
Yeah. No, we didn't do a prediction last week.
Sure we did.
No, we didn't. It just goes rapid fire closing, and then it just ends. We didn't do a prediction last week.
All right, okay.
You can turn that off now.
Why? You still have to make your pick.
So, my first overall pick in this year's PGA draft, AYP draft, the player I think is going to go all the way. Those are no cuts. We're just doing winner top 25. But I think the winner is going to go climb the mountaintop this year.
Now, wait. I don't think you're allowed to pick someone that you've previously picked before.
Well, we can do... No. Well, then we're around players.
All right, go ahead.
You can't do someone you picked last week. So I think I'm going to pick someone who got very close. I'm picking Cameron Young.
Oh, okay. Cameron Young.
Off the board.
I like
not
it.
Take him for
I like
anything.
the pick. My turn?
Click the button now.
Boop. Okay, Fitzpatrick, he won here 2 years ago. Last year, Justin Thomas won, and it was like, all right, he's back. It was an awesome win. It's one of my favorite tournaments all year long. Harbortown the week after the Masters. Usually the Masters winner plays in it, but they're not this week. Rory's not this week.
10.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with Fitzpatrick. He's won here before. He's going to win here again. Going with Fitzpatrick.
Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Off the board.
Yep. And what are we going to do now? Top 25?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. You're on the clock.
My top 25 player. I already got this guy. Ready? I'm going the one. The only. Not Scheffler. I'm not doing Scheffler. You thought, right? I'm doing Morikawa.
Morikawa.
I saw him
Okay.
down there.
And I am going to pick the one, the only. Let's go, JT. Justin Thomas, returning champion. No, he's not going to miss the cut. No, he's not going to win. But yes, he will make the top 25.
Maybe we should do next time, like over.
Even though he's had a rough start. He had surgery. So I shouldn't say he has a rough start. He's been working his way back from surgery, and he's had some promising moments. So looking forward to seeing him playing some good golf this weekend.
Okay.
All right. I think that about does it.
Yeah.
It was good podcast. Looking forward to next week as always. We appreciate the support, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah.